It is clear we are here once more without a shadow of a doubt. This is English Addict coming to you live on a beautiful autumn day. Look at the lovely colours of what I think is one of the most amazing seasons of the year here in the birthplace of the English language. You know where it is, I know where it is, we all know where it is. It is England! Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? Do you have one of these to show me today? I really hope so. A lovely smile on your face to say, hello Mr. Duncan, welcome. It's nice to have you back with us on your little YouTube channel. It is very nice to be here with you as well. My name is Mr. Duncan, that's what it says down there on the screen. And I talk about the English language. I love English very much. You might say that I am crazy about English. And it is true. First of all, can I say, if you hear any strange sounds in the background, in the distance, if you hear strange moaning sounds or the sounds of someone coughing up their lungs, that is Mr. Steve, who is still unwell. He is very much under the weather. He is not feeling very well today. Let's just say Steve is ill. He's still ill. Although there is some good news. Yesterday Steve lost his voice. I couldn't hear him speaking because he was unable to talk because his throat was so sore. So as they say, there is always an upside to everything that occurs. Even though Mr. Steve is not very well, at least I was able to have a little bit of peace and quiet yesterday because Steve was not talking very much. Although today he has been trying his best to say things. So far, I have not caught Mr. Steve's fever. Still haven't got it. So I'm hoping by Friday, if I don't have it by Friday, I think I will be safe. I think I will be out of the woods. That's what we say. If you are away from danger, if you are in a situation where you have escaped danger or something terrible, we can say that you are out of the woods. It is a great idiom. There are lots of idioms coming up today. We have so much to talk about. We have do-it-yourself plastic surgery coming up today. If you are thinking of having a facelift, guess what? There is hope for all of us. No longer do you have to go and have lots of painful procedures on your face or anywhere on your body for that matter. There are ways of doing it, and I will be talking about that later on because it would appear that more and more people have become obsessed, worried about their appearance, especially if you are in the public eye, if you appear on television or in movies or even here on the little internet. Some people are very worried about their appearance. What else are we doing today? Oh, yes. We have a very interesting word coming up in a few moments from now. It is a word that has been used quite a lot over the last few days, over the past few days, not only here in England, but also in the United States. A very interesting word. A word that has a deep profound meaning, and a lot of people have been using it over recent times. We will find out what that is all about. And as a way of commemorating Mr. Steve's sickness, we will be talking about that actual subject today. Words and phrases connected to sickness and health. Health and sickness. To be healthy or to be sick. To have health or to have ill health. We will be looking at all of that today as well. Hopefully, during this live stream, I will not become unwell or ill. If I do, if anything goes wrong with my body today, I have something arranged. So if anything happens to me during today's live stream, if I have a medical emergency of any type, this will happen. And then after, I will reappear, hopefully, without whatever it was that was causing me a problem. Hopefully, I will be okay. I think so. I think I will be all right. We will see what happens. Hello to the live chat. Can I say hello to the live chat? It is lovely to have you here today. Very nice. Hello to, Vitas. Vitas, you are first. That's all I can say, really. Well done, Vitas. You are first on today's live chat. Well done to you. Also, we have Palmyra. We have Mosen. Hello, Mosen. I don't know why, but it feels as if I haven't seen you for a long time. Or am I just imagining it? I don't know. Claudia is here as well. Hello, Claudia. Nice to see you back. Thank you very much for your lovely best wishes concerning Mr. Steve. He is still ill. He is still feeling quite unwell with his fever. The good news is it is not flu. We worked out that it isn't influenza, so that is a good thing. So Mr. Steve does not have the flu, he just has a terrible cold. We call it the common cold. It is something that goes around at this time of year. I can tell you right now there are so many people, millions of people across this country are at the moment suffering from seasonal colds and fever. Fortunately, this time I have escaped, I think. Hello also to, who else is here? Hello to Zer. Hello, Zer. That's all I can see from your name. The only thing I can actually pronounce is Z-E-R. Zer. Hello to you. Also Soviet Poroshenko. Or Sinanok. Is that right? Did I say that right, or did I pronounce it wrong? Probably wrong, knowing me. Oh, also we have, he is here. He's back, everyone. You know who it is. We always like to give him an extra special welcome. It is Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. Nice to see you back with us. We also have watching today. Who else is here today? I don't want to miss anyone out. Hello to Faded 267. Hello to you. Nice to see you here today. Your pronunciation is so clear. One of the wonderful things about being an English teacher is that, well, you always practice your English. So over the years, from learning basic words to learning all about those horrible grammar rules, and of course speaking the language, if you do it for all of your life, This is how good you will be eventually, if you are lucky. But thank you very much. In all seriousness, thank you, Faded. It is nice to have your lovely comment. Hello to Aziz. Hello, Aziz. I am working out on the treadmill and watching you at the same time. So you are taking care of your health, I think. Well done, Aziz. Aziz. I know what I should do now. I know what I should do because we have, I'm sure I've mentioned this before, we actually have an exercise bicycle that Mr. Steve sometimes uses. Wouldn't it be fun to bring the exercise bike in here and then I can do my live streams whilst exercising on the bike? Would that be a good idea? The only problem, of course, is I would not be able to do it for very long without collapsing, so it might not be a good idea after all. Nice to see so many people here. We have a lot of things to talk about, interesting phrases, idioms, all sorts of things coming up today, and hopefully I will stay 100% well for the remainder of this live stream. Beatrice, hello Beatrice, nice to see you back. I have also caught a cold due to the changes of temperature. This is something that does happen. One of the problems, especially at this time of year, the temperature will go up and then down and then back up again. So at the moment, for example, we have had quite a long period of warm, mild weather, pleasant weather. Because of that, more bugs and viruses have been going around. So it would appear that this is a type of seasonal illness. And yes, Beatrice, you are right, you are correct. So it is a kind of thing that happens at this time of year. So many people are now unwell with colds, and some people have flu as well, influenza. Many years ago, people used to die from influenza, and yet nowadays we don't think about it as being something that could kill you. But yes, many people did. There were huge outbreaks around the world of flu, and many people did die. Can I just do something here? Thank you very much. Thank you, Mosen. I'm just doing something here on the live chat. Don't worry, I'm back with you. Here is an interesting word, a very interesting word that I've heard used over the past few days for various reasons. I won't tell you why, because you will probably guess that it has something to do with politics. But I really did think that this word is rather incredible. And here it is on the screen right now. Ooh, Mr. Duncan, that is a very intriguing word indeed. The word is Kafkaesque. Ooh, can you say that again, Mr. Duncan, please? Kafkaesque. Kafkaesque. It is an adjective. It describes something that appears senseless, disorienting or disorientating, or something with menacing complexity can be described as Kafkaesque. Mr. Duncan, that is a very interesting word. It has been used very recently by a lot of social commentators, and I couldn't resist mentioning it today because I think it is a very provocative word. Provocative. Something that a person might say that will get a big reaction. So something described as Kafkaesque can be described as senseless or disorienting, or a menacing thing with lots of complexity. And of course this word is resembling the literary word or the work of Franz Kafka. Now I wonder if people have heard of Franz Kafka, but it does resemble the type of work that he used to write. A lot of his stories were fantastic in their plot and their types of story. Here are some uses of this particular word. We seem to be living in a Kafkaesque nightmare. If you say that something is a Kafkaesque nightmare, we are meaning that things seem to be happening suddenly, without warning, or maybe with a certain amount of brutality or force. The rise of Kafkaesque bureaucracy. So when we say bureaucracy, we are saying all of the things that we have to get through to achieve our goals, especially when you are dealing with authority. So if you are having to deal with authority or someone in a high position, quite often you have a lot of bureaucracy. Another word we use is red tape. So the phrase red tape means bureaucracy. And sometimes the rules can change quite often. I remember from my time living in China, quite often the local rules that were put out by the governing authority were always changed from a day-to-day basis. Quite often the rules and regulations would be changed almost daily. And that was one of the things I experienced when I was living in China. So when we talk about bureaucracy, we are talking about all of the things, all of the rules that exist in society. And sometimes those rules can be rather confusing and sometimes oppressive. So Kafkaesque is an adjective. It comes from the literary work of Franz Kafka. And he was an Austrian novelist. And his best known work is a wonderful story that I read many years ago. Also, there was a film version of this particular story as well, called The Metamorphosis. The change, the alteration of one thing into another. You transform. Metamorphosis, the action of changing from one thing to another. And in this particular story, a man wakes up one day and finds that he's changed into a large insect. It sounds fantastic, it sounds very strange and weird, but that is what Franz Kafka was well known for with his writing. If you've never read it, if you've never seen the film, it has been written about over the years. Many people have studied this story to try and work out what it actually means. And I suppose there are many meanings to the story, just like lots of pieces of art. Sometimes you will find art can be viewed by many different people in different ways. I need some music for this. I'm back. You see, that might be happening a lot today because my throat is feeling a little sensitive. I might have Mr. Steve's cold coming on. I might. Hello to the live chat. Hello, Utkarsh. Hello to Utkarsh, who is watching in India. Hello to India. Nice to see you here today. I know over the past few weeks I've had a lot of people joining me in India. So it is And nice to see you here today. Thank you very much for joining me. Utkarsh. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. If I haven't, please tell me. And I will try to get it right next time. Hello, Jimmy Kafka, a master of absurd alienation and a critique of modern times in his own life. The strange thing about certain types of writing is it can, of course, resonate through the ages. So maybe something written 100 years ago might still have some sort of relevance or connection to modern times. I think it does happen quite often with certain types of art, especially in writing, because writing is quite vivid. And that's the reason why many stories that have been written or were written 100 or 150 years ago, or even 200 years ago. And there are stories written that long ago. There are, definitely. I can prove it. So there are many stories that still appear to be current for this time. And I think it is true. It can happen quite often. Hello to Anath. Hello, Anath. Thank you very much for joining my live stream today. I am not 100% well because I think I have a cold coming on. And I know where it came from. I know exactly where it came from. I know who gave it to me, definitely. Here is something I mentioned a few moments ago. Facelifts. It would appear that a lot of people these days are choosing to have some sort of cosmetic surgery or some sort of procedure to make them look young and fresh. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I wonder if Mr. Duncan has had any cosmetic surgery. The answer is no, I haven't. I've never been tempted. I do try to look after myself, my skin, but I haven't had any cosmetic surgery. Not yet. Maybe in the future. But apparently there is a new way of having a facelift without having to have any surgery whatsoever. I wonder if you've seen this. Have you seen this? You can have something called an instant facelift. Basically what you do is you get pieces of sticky plastic and you stick them to the sides of your face. And then you pull the plastic back around the back of your head. And I think the idea is, I think you are supposed to hide it in your hair. So as you can see from this photograph, this young lady, I don't think this lady actually needs to worry about her face because her face looks lovely anyway. I don't know why she's doing that to herself. Don't do it to yourself. Leave it alone. So apparently this is the thing, the new craze that is going around. You stick pieces of plastic to the side of your face and then you pull everything back. So all of the lines, all of the wrinkles, all of the sagging, it all goes away as if by magic. The only problem is you have lots of pieces of plastic stuck all over your face. So you do have to make sure that people can't see that, or else it will give the whole illusion away, and then they will just see you as vain. Have you tried that? I have to say I am slightly tempted to have a go. I suppose you could use anything when you think about it. You could just get some sticky tape, some sticky black plastic or some sticky back material and put it on your face, and then you could pull it back although I don't think it would last very long. I think it would stop working after a few moments. So what do you think? Do you think that's a good idea, just having little pieces of sticky tape all over your face, and then it will make you look younger without having to go to the doctors or to have any horrible surgery? So what do you think? Is it a good idea or is it a bad idea? Anath says, I've seen women using facelift tape to lift their eyebrows and change the eye shape. It is true. I would imagine that many women use this, or many women are tempted to use it. However, I think these days, I would imagine many men will also be doing that, because men, we are also worried about our appearance. Over the years, it has become very important for a man to look lovely as well. And that's the way it goes. I'm going to take a quick break so I can have some water to soothe my poor aching throat. And then I will be back with more English Addict. Keep it right here. Oh, by the way, there is some big news coming up. There is a big change taking place concerning this live stream. Don't go away. It is Wednesday. We are having a lovely Wednesday here today. I hope your Wednesday is going lovely as well. English Addict is here and my name is Mr. Duncan. I talk about the English language. If you are learning English, if you like listening to the English language, if you like to watch a very strange Englishman doing whatever this is. I'm not sure what this actually is, by the way. I don't think there is a word in English that describes this, to be honest with you. By the way, there is a big thing happening. There is a change coming. This is the last ever English Addict Extra. Now wait, before you start complaining, before you start throwing things at your computer, please don't do that because it will damage the computer screen and then you won't be able to see me. I will have lots of cracks all over my face. This is the final English Addict Extra. The reason why it is the final one is because from next week, I am going to start using numbers. For example, on Sundays, we always use a number to signify which English Addict episode it is. So from next Wednesday, we will start using the number, so the number will continue from whatever It is. So I think next week, is it English Addict 118 next Sunday? So next Wednesday, it will be English Addict 119. So we are going to stop doing this. There will be no more extra at the end. It will be the number. Because apparently a lot of people have said, Mr. Duncan, it's much easier to find your English Addict episodes with the number instead of the date. So that's the reason why. I hope it's clear. So today is the last ever English Addict Extra. Next week we will start using the numbers to show each episode. I hope that is clear, because to be honest with you, I had to explain it to myself a few times. Eventually I did understand what I was trying to say. Talking of saying things, one of the most annoying things that happens to me, and I don't know about you, but if I am in a social situation with other people, and maybe you start talking about different subjects or different things, quite often a person will mention a certain thing, a certain place that they've been to, something they've seen, something they've experienced, and then they will insist that you do the same thing. The conversation quite often will go something like this. There's a great new restaurant in town. Have you been there yet? You have to try it. You really must. You really have to try it. You can see where I'm going with this. So this is a person who normally insists that you try something, but they won't quit. They won't stop. They keep asking you or telling you, you really must. You really must try it. You really must. You really must. Please take my advice. You really must try the new restaurant that is opened. It's amazing. It's incredible. You really must. You must. I do find that rather annoying, to be honest. You'll love it. How do you know? How do you know I will love it? I might go there and hate it completely. I might not like it at all. I might hate all of it. So when a person tells you that you have to try something, you must try it. You simply must try that thing. You should try it. By now, I've become a little bit irritated by all of this. When a person tells you to keep, come on, do it, go there. Have you seen the new movie with Tom Cruise? Yes, they've made that movie again, the same movie that they keep making over and over again. You must go and see it. It's amazing. It really is. It is an amazing movie. You must go and see it. You must. You really must see it. Or maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to go to the restaurant that you keep talking about. And then they continue by saying, it's amazing. It's amazing. You have to go there. Try it. Oh. And by this point, they can't control their excitement about that particular thing. They really do want you to do it. And then, of course, normally the conversation will end like this. Let's all go there one night. That is the final part of that conversation where I really want to walk away. Let's all go there one night. You know, deep down in your heart, that is never going to happen. There is no way you are ever going as a group to that particular place. Because maybe the other person is just insisting too much. Sometimes being told that you must do something or that you have to see it to believe it, sometimes it can be quite annoying. Is that just me? Am I the only person that feels annoyed when someone starts telling me that you have to try it? You really do. You really must. Yeah. Of course, now I must be careful, because there might be someone out there telling one of their friends that they must watch one of Mr. Duncan's lessons. You really must watch one of Mr. Duncan's English lessons. They're really good. But of course, in that situation, they would be correct. They would be right, because, of course, that person has very good taste. What do you think? Is it annoying when another person insists that you do something and they keep telling you that you must do it? You must. You must try it. You must go there. Let's all go there together one night. It does happen quite often in this world. What do you think? Is it something that happens quite a lot? By the way, we are talking about plastic surgery because there is a new thing that lots of people are trying. You can stick pieces of plastic to your face to make yourself look young and beautiful. Claudia says, Mr. Duncan, you don't need any plastic surgery on your face. Thank you very much. I needed that lift today. I really did need that lovely compliment. Thank you very much. Today we are taking a look at words and phrases connected to health and sickness. Sickness and health. Quite often when we get married, there are normally things that you say. We call them vows. Vows. So when you make a vow, it means you are making a promise. You are promising someone, sometimes in the form of a promise or a prayer, perhaps. And you will make a promise. You will make a vow. During a wedding ceremony, quite often, the husband and the wife will make their vows to each other as they are getting married. I will love and cherish you for better, for worse, in sickness and in health. So whatever happens, whether your wife is well or not, you will be there for her and she will be there for you. I think that's very fair. That is good. Yes, I think that is a very fair agreement, to be honest with you. Very fair indeed. Jimmy from Hong Kong makes a very interesting point. It is very annoying when a person sends you a text message telling you not to ignore their messages. It does happen. Some people are very impatient. So if you receive a message on your phone from someone, I'm showing my age there, by the way, doing that. Sometimes I don't like to reply to the message straight away. Sometimes I will leave it, maybe for a few minutes, maybe for a couple of hours. But then the person who sent the message will become a little frustrated and they will ask, did you get my message? Did you get it? Did you receive my message? I sent you a message. Why didn't you reply to my message? Why not? Are you ignoring me? Don't you love me anymore? It is. It is quite frustrating. So I am quite lazy. I will be honest with you. I am lazy when it comes to answering emails or replying to text messages. I won't reply to them straight away. And I know it can be frustrating for other people, but I like to take my time. I don't like to rush things. I like my life to go smoothly without too much going on in my brain. Hello, Lewis asks, what is the difference between sickness and illness? I will mention that in a few moments from now. We will be looking at that. All of that coming up right after this quick break, another break, so I can drink some water and soothe my throat, and then we can continue with the show. We can go on. Everything will continue right here on English Addict.
I'm a big boy now.
We are here, we are live, we are joining you, and I hope you are joining us as well. English Addict is with you today. This is the last English Addict Extra. From next week we will be using the numbers on the screen. So the title of each English Addict will have the number of the episode next to it, just to make it easier for everyone, because I know there are some people who still can't find it. Here we are then. We have some words and phrases connected to something that a lot of people are talking about right now, because many people have come down. They have fallen ill. To come down with something. If you come down with something, it means you have fallen ill. You have caught an illness, maybe some sort of bug, maybe some sort of fever, maybe a serious infection. No one wants an infection, to be honest with you, anywhere in their body. To be honest with you, you do not want one. Here we go then. Words and phrases connected to sickness and health. Sickness and health. Sickness and health. Two subjects that are side by side, but are not always the same thing, to be honest with you. So let's get down to basics, shall we? Sickness and health are not the same in meaning. One means to be in a state of unwellness, whilst the other refers to the general state of well-being, good or bad, good health or bad health. So even though they are often used as synonyms, you might find that in general terms there are some differences between sickness and health or illness. So when we talk about illness and sickness, quite often those things have a slight difference, which we will look at later on. The word sickness relates to any type of illness or the feeling of being unwell. To have a sickness. A general sickness might be something that many people get. So when we talk about general sickness, we are talking about things that often go around. Illnesses or sickness that go around, especially at certain times of the year, as I said a few moments ago. To have a sickness, something is wrong with you. A type of sickness. So maybe one particular thing is making you ill. Something has invaded your body. A certain type of bug, a certain type of illness. Something is now affecting your body. A type of sickness. So as I mentioned earlier on, we have influenza. Influenza is a type of sickness, and quite a serious one. Then, of course, we can have an undefined sickness, something you can't actually name or give a name to. So it is possible to become unwell or sick and not actually know what is wrong with you. Even if you go to the doctor, even they might not know. They might just think you are tired, or maybe worn out, or maybe you have a little bit of stress, something like that. So you might have some sort of undefined sickness, something that can't be named. So as you can see, there are many different types of statements using sickness. The word health can be used to describe or define the level of well-being or fitness. The well-being or fitness of a thing or person. So it is interesting that we can use the word health to describe a thing or a person or an animal, of course. If your animal is in good health, if you are in good health, or maybe you are suffering with illness, or maybe you have some sort of illness that won't go away and it's been with you for a long time. We can say that you are in bad health. The health of a thing. So we cannot often use the word health to describe how good something is functioning or working. Your computer, believe it or not, we often talk about the health of your computer. How well is your computer running? Does it have any viruses? Just like us. So when we talk about health, we can refer to a person and their own health, or a thing, such as a computer. A computer. We often talk about the health of a computer. You can even check the health of your computer to make sure everything is working as it should. The health of a person can be measured in many ways. One can be in good health or in poor health. Generally, a person might be in good health. That means that they are active, they keep themselves fit, maybe they don't eat too much unhealthy food, maybe they take care of their body in many different ways, or of course they might be in poor health. To be in poor health means you are suffering from something, or maybe your body is not functioning very well because of neglect or maybe something you are doing to your body. A person's health can be defined as fit and unfit. That's real, by the way. So at the moment, I might be described as a little unfit or unhealthy, but that is only because I think I might have a horrible cold coming, so I have a good excuse. The word fit can be used to show that something is suitable or up to the correct standard. So something that is fit can be described as being suitable for a certain thing or a certain activity. It is at the correct standard. It is fit. For example, we can say that someone is fit for duty. So maybe a soldier, maybe a person who has to stand at a post or a position. They are fit for duty. That means they are able to carry out their duty. They are able to do the thing that they are supposed to do. Something that is fit for consumption. The word consumption means eat or consume. You take something in. You consume something. Normally, it is part of the process of taking care of your body and giving your body all of the nutrients and vitamins that it needs. Something that is fit for consumption means it is safe to eat. Something that you can eat without worrying about being poisoned or becoming ill. So we can use the word fit in many different ways. Something is fit for consumption. We can also say that something is fit for drinking. It is fit to drink clean water. Clean water, something that is safe to drink, something that is clean and has nothing bad contained within it. It is fit for drinking. I suppose also we can say that something is fit for eating. Something that is fit for eating or something fit for drinking. It means you can drink it without becoming unwell. The word health can relate to how good something is performing. Rather similar to what I mentioned a few moments ago about the computer. The computer, it has to be healthy. It has to have a certain level of performance for it to function correctly. So the word health can relate to how good something is performing. For example, the health of a company's profits. So maybe at the end of the financial year, a company will review their profits. They need to know if their profits are healthy or not. So we often describe something as being healthy if it is doing well, if it is performing in a good way. The health of a company's profits. The health of the economy. So this is another thing that a lot of people have been talking about recently for various reasons across the world in many different countries. We often talk about the health of the economy. How well is the economy working? Are the prices going up? Do people still have enough money to live on? The health of the economy. So it isn't just about physical things. It isn't just about things connected to your body or your health. We often use the term health when discussing a person's general well-being. So a person's well-being is their safety or their general health, your well-being. It is one word, and it is often used when we are talking about a person's health or their safety. They might be in a situation where they have to stay safe. We have to make sure, we have to guard their well-being, to keep them well and fit. So we have general words such as healthy, fit, and well. I feel healthy. I feel fit. I feel well. And then, of course, we have the opposite. You feel unhealthy. You feel unfit. You feel unwell. Although the last one can also refer to maybe the feeling of having some sort of illness. So to feel unwell quite often means there is something causing you to feel ill or to feel unwell. We often use the term health when discussing a person's general well-being. So we use the term health as a general word when we are talking about how well a person is or how unwell a person is. So here we have the lovely green writing, which means we are talking about health, being fit and healthy. A healthy person is fit, well, in good shape. They are as fit as a fiddle. They are in the pink. We will look at some more phrases connected to that in a few moments from now. So there are many ways of describing your general health. An unhealthy person can be described as unfit, unwell, sick, unhealthy. They might be under the weather or as sick as a dog. To be as sick as a dog, to be under the weather, generally that means you are suffering from some sort of illness, some sort of medical condition. To become unwell, we can say that you fall ill. To become unwell, to fall ill, to come down with something. And this is something we often say when we are feeling unwell. You might say, I'm coming down with something. It means you are feeling unwell. Something is going wrong inside your body. You are coming down with something. Something is making you feel unwell. To contract a bug. Contract means to get. You contract an illness. You catch a bug. You catch some sort of bug or bacteria or virus. You catch those things. To be off colour. A person who feels off colour is unwell. They don't feel 100%. They feel slightly unwell. I feel off colour today. Please excuse me. I feel off colour today. That means that I feel slightly unwell. I don't feel fit. I feel unwell. I'm coming down with a cold. Maybe you've started feeling unwell. You have signs that you are starting to become ill. You might say that you are coming down with an illness. I'm coming down with a cold. Or you might simply say, I've caught something. I think I've caught something. I was on the train yesterday going home, and there were some people on the train and they were coughing, sneezing, all around me. I've caught something. Or you might say, I think I've caught something. I think I've caught a bug. I've caught an illness. Many ways of using those sentences when you are feeling unwell. Here's an interesting thing that happens quite often, and I'm sure everyone out there has done it at some point in their lives. A person might pretend to be sick when they are not. I'm not looking at anyone. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. But it does happen. Sometimes a person might not want to go to work. You wake up on a Monday morning and you don't want to go to work. You say, oh, I think I will. I think I will be sick today. Yeah. We often say that a person will pull a sickie. If a person pulls a sickie, it is a great term for pretending to be ill so you can have the day off. You pull a sickie. Or you take a sick day. So some people might just take a day off from work because they don't feel like going to work. So they will say that it is a sick day. I won't go to work tomorrow. I will just call in sick. I will just tell them I don't feel very well. Even if I don't. Even if I feel perfectly okay, I will do that. A person might feign illness. Now there is an interesting word. Feign. To feign something. So they might feign illness. Feign means to pretend. You are doing something, but it is not really occurring. It is not really happening. It is not really the situation. You are pretending. You are pretending to be sick. You feign something. A great word. And maybe the first time you've ever heard that word, but it does exist and it is used quite a lot in English. A person might malinger. There's another nice word. To malinger. If you malinger, it means you are pretending to be sick. You are not really ill. You are not really unwell. You are pretending to be sick. You are a malingerer. So the person who does that is described as a malingerer. They malinger. So that is the verb and that is the noun. The person is a malingerer. They always pretend to be unwell so they can avoid doing their job or carrying out their duties. It does happen quite a lot. What about you? Have you ever done that? Have you ever pretended to be sick so you can have an extra day off work? We've all done it. We've all done it. The most common type of sickness or illness is the common cold. There are many variations of that particular virus. The common cold. We often refer to it as the common cold, even though that particular virus appears in many different forms. It is very hard to cure the common cold, as I'm sure you are aware of. There are many things that can help you, but you can't cure the cold, unfortunately. Maybe you can prevent it from coming in the first place. Maybe you can prevent the cold affecting your body by staying healthy. But I think the common cold is something that is hard to avoid. The common cold can also be described as a fever. We can say that you have a fever. You have a common cold. Or you have a chill. I don't feel very well. I think I've caught a chill. I've caught a fever. I think I've caught a cold. So we often describe this particular thing as a cold. I have a cold. It is the noun of that thing. We normally describe the signs of feeling ill as the symptoms. The symptoms. That is a great word, another good word. When we talk about symptoms, we are talking about the signs of something. The symptoms. Maybe you have a high temperature. Maybe you feel generally unwell. That is the symptom or symptoms of your illness. We often look at the signs. The things that change or occur when one becomes unwell or sick are the symptoms, the signs of something happening, the signs of a certain thing happening or occurring, the symptoms. Quite often you will go to the doctor. You will seek medical advice from a professional. They will check your body. They will also ask for the symptoms. They often ask, how do you feel? What are the symptoms? How do you feel? Why do you feel unwell? Please tell me, what are the symptoms? What are the signs of your illness? What are the things that are making you feel unwell? Signs or symptoms of sickness, and these are some of them. This is not meant to be medical advice, by the way. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not a doctor. You might have a headache. Some people suffer from headaches all the time. There are certain people who get terrible headaches. Sometimes they can be really painful. We describe them as migraine or migraine. So some people pronounce it as migraine. Oh, I have a terrible migraine today. Some people describe it as migraine. Oh, I have a terrible migraine today. A terrible headache. You might also have stomach ache. There are many reasons why you might have stomach ache. Your stomach is hurting, your stomach is painful. Maybe you've eaten too much food. Maybe you've eaten too much sweet food. Something that you've consumed is now making you feel unwell. It's making you feel ill. You have stomach ache. Sweating. That is a common one. If you have a fever, the temperature inside your body will go up and up and up. Mr. Steve, on Sunday, his temperature was 102, which is very high. You might have a high temperature, so normally sweating and a high temperature are both signs or symptoms of illness. Here's an interesting one. Nausea. You might feel nauseous. You have nausea. Nausea is the feeling of wanting to be sick, the feeling of wanting to throw up. Nausea. You feel nauseous. A very interesting word. Also a very hard word to spell. Very few people spell that word correctly, to be honest with you. Next, we have vomiting. A person might vomit if they are ill. Sometimes if you have a stomach problem, maybe you have food poisoning. I remember one year when Mr. Steve's mother was staying with us and we all went out for a lovely meal, and then the next day we all became ill with food poisoning, all of us. Myself, Steve, his mum, Steve's sister, and also Steve's brother-in-law. All of us. We all fell ill with food poisoning. and we were all vomiting a lot. Mr. Steve's mother was doing it right here in this studio when she was staying here. Oh, I missed one out. Mr. Duncan, you missed one out. I did. It's true. Here is another word that is very hard to spell. A lot of people have difficulty spelling this word, and of course it is spelt different in American English. It is simplified in American English. Diarrhea. Diarrhea. Do you ever get diarrhea? We've all had it. It's not very pleasant, especially when you are not expecting it. You know what I'm saying out there in YouTube land. You might have diarrhea, you can't stop pooping because your stomach is upset. You have eaten something that your body is trying to push out in a hurry. Other words, the words illness and sickness can be used differently from each other depending on the situation. In general terms, sickness is the disease. The sickness is specific. It is the actual thing, the sickness, or you have a certain sickness. Illness might be your general condition. So you might see there are some slight differences, even though they are often used as synonyms as well. So the reason why I mention this is because there are some slight differences. However, a lot of people generally in English will use these words as synonyms just to remove the confusion. Illness often comes on in stages. It is interesting. Have you noticed that? Whenever you become ill, it always seems to come in certain stages. You don't just become ill. Sometimes it comes on slowly. For example, if you feel as if you have the common cold, quite often you will have small things that you feel that are not right. Maybe you have a slight sore throat. Quite often it is the first sign of the common cold. So the stages of illness. Well, first of all, if you have an illness from a virus or bacteria, you contract something. To contract something is to catch that particular thing. There are many illnesses around, many diseases that you can catch from doing almost anything, to be honest. You might even go for a walk in the countryside, and then you might get bitten on your leg by a small tick, and then you come down with Lyme disease. By the way, it is not a nice thing to catch. Never ever get Lyme disease. It is horrible. So anything, even pleasant things, even the things that give you pleasure, can bring some sort of illness with it. So to contract something means you catch that thing. You catch that particular thing. Then, of course, you have the onset. So in medical terms, we often use the word onset to mean the beginning of an illness. So first of all, you might have some symptoms, and then slowly the onset of an illness will happen. So the onset is the beginning. You have the onset of flu. You have the onset of the common cold. Then, of course, at the most extreme point of any illness, we can describe it as full. Full. The extreme point of any illness. Full. It means it is at its peak, its most uncomfortable or unpleasant point, or of course the most dangerous point as well. There are many illnesses that have the term full put next to them to show how deadly they are and how unpleasant they can be. Then we have treatment. At the end of an illness or before the end of an illness, you will have some treatment. Some medicine, some pills, some sort of treatment. Maybe you have to have surgery on your body. Something has to be taken out. And then hopefully, at the end, you will recover. The ending. There is no better feeling than recovering from an illness. Especially when you've been in bed, maybe you've been feeling ill for a few days. There is nothing better than the feeling of recovering. Some people say that after an illness they have a new way of looking at their life. Especially if you've had a serious illness, maybe you've been affected by a very serious illness and then you've recovered from that illness. Afterwards you might have a whole new view of life. You might decide to live your life to the full after recovering from a serious illness. Here are some illness idioms. We will end with some idioms because we love idioms so much here at English Addict. We really do. You might be as sick as a parrot. Sick as a parrot. It means you feel unwell. Sick as a parrot. I feel as sick as a parrot. You can also feel bad about a certain thing or a situation. Sometimes you might say, I feel as sick as a parrot if you are disappointed or upset by something. To be as sick as a dog. I feel so ill. I feel as sick as a dog. Why did I drink all of that beer? Why did I have so much vodka last night? I woke up this morning and I felt as sick as a dog. You can be under the weather. You feel unwell. You are under the weather. You can be laid up. A person can be laid up. That normally means they are so ill they have to stay in bed. A person who is laid up quite often is in bed, unwell. They are so ill they have to stay in bed, like Mr. Steve. You might be off your feet. It means you are so ill, you feel so unwell, you can't stand up. You can't stand up. I am completely off my feet. So ill. I'm so sick. I feel dreadful. You might be under the doctor. Ooh. That sounds a little bit suggestive, but it isn't. This is a term that we probably don't use very much anymore. I think this might be a little bit old-fashioned. However, people over a certain age might still use this phrase. You can say that you are being treated by the doctor. The doctor is taking care of you. You can say that you are under the doctor. Not literally, but he is treating you for your illness. He is taking care of you. You are under the doctor. Here's another one. I like this one, by the way. Oh, this phrase takes me back to my childhood. It really does. Someone who is off from work. They are ill. They can't go to work. Maybe they are off work for a long period of time due to illness, you are on the box. Now, I'm going to be honest here. I don't think we use this phrase anymore. I don't think we ever say this anymore. But I've put it there because it reminds me of my childhood. I used to hear that phrase. Maybe my uncle couldn't go to work. Maybe he injured his back or was unwell. We would often say that he is on the box. Or anyone who is spending a long period of time away from work due to illness. We used to say, that person is on the box. I wish I knew why we said that. And then, of course, finally, you might pull a sickie, as I mentioned earlier. To pull a sickie means that you are pretending to be ill to avoid work. As simple as that. And finally, healthy idioms. You're feeling good. You are feeling well. You are feeling fit. And it's always nice. You are in the pink. Fit as a fiddle. Right as rain. If you feel as right as rain, you feel well. You feel as if you have recovered from your illness. You are as strong as an ox. So a person who might have a lot of energy or a lot of strength, they are definitely healthy. They are as strong as an ox. You know what? I feel as strong as an ox today. I really do. A person might be fighting fit, or they might be alive and kicking. This one, by the way, this often means that a person is not dead. They are alive and kicking. For all those who thought that my illness was going to end me, you are wrong. I am still alive and kicking. There used to be a song in the 1980s called Alive and Kicking by Simple Minds. To have a clean bill of health. This is another nice phrase. I like this phrase. A person who has a clean bill of health is a person who has had some sort of medical checkup to make sure their body is working okay, and they have a clean bill of health. That means they are healthy. I think the background of this particular phrase comes from the days of shipping. I might be wrong, but I think it refers to that. So a person is fit to travel by ship. I think that's where it comes from. So if you have a clean bill of health, it means you are 100% healthy. It has been proven because you've had a medical test to check that everything is all right. That, oh my goodness, that was a long one, wasn't it? That was a very long one, in fact. Thank you, live chat. It is lovely to have you here with me. It is lovely to see you here today. It is always a pleasure. I am back on Sunday. Of course, the big question is, will Mr. Steve be here? Because he's not very well at the moment. He is definitely under the weather. He feels as sick as a dog. Definitely. Thank you very much for your company today. It is lovely to have you here with me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I am so pleased that my throat was able to function as it should. I also hope that I will not come down with Mr. Steve's illness. I really do. We are back together on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. I hope you can join us then. I hope this has been interesting. Of course, you can watch the live stream again as many times as you like. And there will be captions as well. There will be captions on the screen underneath. I am now going to have a cup of tea. I will make a cup of tea for Mr. Steve because I would imagine he is feeling rather thirsty and ready for a lovely hot cup of tea. Thank you for watching. See you on Sunday. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of the English language. Of course, it is England. That is where I am. Saying, see you later. See you soon. Take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves. Look after your loved ones. Don't forget to tell them that you love them very much whilst you still have the chance. And ta-ta for now. See you on Sunday. I hope.